Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to part 5 of Season 7 of Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. Today we have two games which really could decide the fate of our season. Things have been slipping off a little bit, and if we don't get through these two games, well, I think our title hopes have gone. Today we play against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and we welcome the Gunners to the Bramley Moore Dock Stadium. So let's have a look at what's happened then since the last episode to derail us. And I mean, I think derailing is a bit of an exaggeration, but we've only played two games since the last episode. Of course, we played against Barcelona and Reading in the last episode, and then we played against Aston Villa. And the only thing I can say here is that Villa were the better team. Simply put, they outclassed us, and we made it one each at half time. But after they scored their second, we struggled, to be brutally honest. We then played against Ajax in the Champions League. We put out a team which really, we rested some of our best players because we were already through to the next round. We got a draw. Celtic did lose to Barcelona, so unfortunately we didn't top the group. But very good stuff in those 6 games there. We only lost one of those against Barca. We drew 2 against Ajax and Barcelona. We got the results we needed, and we are through nicely to the next round. But the Premier League looks a little bit like this. As you can see, it's not terrible, but given that we've lost against Aston Villa there, it was a real opportunity missed. If we'd have beat Villa, if we'd have beat Chelsea today as well, of course, we'd have only gone 3 points behind Man United, and we stay in there. But if you look at the opposite of that, if we lose to Chelsea today, we're 9 points off the top of the table, and that is going to be tough to get back. You can see how good Man United are. It's going to be a struggle to beat this side, it really is. They have won the league in the last 3 seasons. They look a very good side. Looking at our injury list, though, you can see, if you can see that on the screen, let me just check. Yes, you can see that above my ugly mug. We are the team with the most injuries in the league. We've got a few players out. Solcombe we knew was out already. We've got a few niggles for players. Unfortunately, Diego Almeida's out for a few weeks. That doesn't help us out, really, because Pat Mayer's got to play there today. And there's no problem with Mayer, but as usual, I've said this before, I think our starting 11 side is honestly our strongest side, obviously. I said honestly there, but obviously our strongest side. And if we make some change to that, we might suffer. But 3 big games here. Chelsea, followed by Arsenal, followed by Manchester City. And the next fortnight here could really decide our season. The one thing I think will help is that we're playing them on 3 successive Saturdays. So the players get a chance to rest. You can see we've had some busy periods here. I don't think that's helped with squad rotation, etc. But let's see where we get on against Chelsea today. So really, it's our strongest squad, apart from Pat Meyer playing at centre-backs. It's the usual back 4 with Meyer playing there. Kenneth Taylor and Viviani playing the midfield, really, because, actually, do we maybe look at putting Zakaria there? I think we do. We put Zakaria instead of Viviani. Lewis Bates out, so Taylor's the next best bet. We've then got Nelson, Iwobi and Satona in the attacking midfield, with Vandenberg up front. Now, I think I'm going to change the tactic just slightly in just a second, because I can see what the assistant's saying. I think we are pushing up a little bit too much away from home against Chelsea. It's not all about a win today, but I guess the one thing we want to do is not lose. So I guess we look to move some of our players back to defensive roles. Livramento and Larios maybe defensive rather than supporting, and Zakaria sitting there as a defensive deep line playmaker. I think that works okay. Told the players we want revenge. I mean, to be honest, it's not really too busy for us. It's only really around the Christmas period where we play 3 games in 7 days. I'm on the bench for Chelsea. It's Tyler Jones, not Toby Jones, but we'll roll with it. Chelsea are a good side. They've still got Frank Lampard in charge, and you can see our recent run of form isn't really what you would suggest is title-winning form, would you? But we're having a good season. I mean, Leeds United are doing very well to be up there. Liverpool have got back a little bit, and Man City are still struggling slightly, but after our recent run of form, a win here wouldn't half help us out. We're not, as I've said, we're not looking too bad. But if we do lose today and maybe not get a result against Arsenal, things start to look a little bit worrying. But a really early chance potentially here. Satona back to Zakaria. Maybe not then. It definitely wasn't a chance. We pass it right back to our defenders. But let's see how we get on against Chelsea today. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, by the way. Oh, that was a good ball. I think from Zakaria, but didn't really reach anyone. Have we got key highlights here on rather than... Yes, we have, which is what rather worrying at the start here, given Chelsea have got an attack now. Pellegrini, he's a bit old to be playing for Chelsea these days. Oh, I knew it was worrying. Chelsea go 1-0 up within a minute. Oh dear. I don't want to watch that again. That's a bit of a worry. Definitely is. Surely it can't be 2. Pickford gets the ball. Come on, get it out now, Pickford. Don't play out of defence, which is what we usually do. That's it. Hoof the ball up. That'll do me. Satona loses it, which isn't ideal, but Oh no, if this is 2-0 to Chelsea in the space of 8 minutes, we could be in real trouble. Sanchez, Barella, Sanchez again. This doesn't look good, does it? Jones on the wing. Oh, sorry, James, not Jones. James on the wing. Barella. Oh, really tame shot from Chelsea, but I have to say, we're not looking good at all. And I think we berate the players straight away just to show how strong we feel towards this performance so far. Because, if we go 2-0 down 8 minutes in, I can't see us getting anything out of this match. We've pushed forward to positive rather than balanced, but we just don't look like we're in this game at all. Very strange, very strange. We seem to go through this run every year, and this really isn't the time we need it. It's not great at all. I guess it's recoverable, but yeah, it's never fun playing the chasing party. We always start well the sort of first 10, 12 games, and then we seem to have this run of form where it just tails off. We are playing against Chelsea, Arsenal and City, so we've got an excuse. But then it comes down to some of the matches against the likes of Blackburn, even Villa, really, where we should be getting results. We can afford to lose against teams like Chelsea if we're getting the results in the games we should be. But Chelsea are all over us here. It's nearly 2-0. We need to start showing some sort of form at some point because they're all over us. Vandenberg into the box, puts it in. Godfrey, no. Straight back to Chelsea. We're being outplayed completely here. Livramento hoofs the ball up. That'll do. Satona, Vandenberg. If anyone can make anything happen, it's him. But he gets dispossessed fairly easily there. And I'm well inclined just to go back to what we usually play as because, we're clearly not getting the men forward. And that's why Chelsea are all over us. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to go exactly to what we usually play as. Because even though we might concede a few, we certainly look like scoring more than we are at the moment. And, this is a real worry that we're not scoring. And it's 2-0. I know it's ambitious to go and win the league with this Everton side. I understand that. But I think it's something we should be able to have a go at. At least having a title race. And I think that lose here, especially in the style we are at the moment, with no real ambition. I can deal with losing close, but that's a shocker. Don't send Larry off here for goodness sake. It's a penalty for Chelsea. Apparently, surely a dive by Reece James. Well, if VAR have given it, well, you'd hope it would be right. Abraham with a penalty. 3-0 Chelsea. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Not the way we want today's episode to start at all. Well, as Yaz sang in the... Was it Yaz? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yaz? Yaz. What am I on about? Yaz. I'm thinking Bros. Where the name Yaz come from? As Bros sang in the 80s, the only way is up. Where did I get Yaz from? It's not even Yazoo. Very nearly 4-0 there. I'm trying to talk about music just to mask over the fact we're doing bloody awful. But I guess it can only get better. 17 shots. 17 for Chelsea. I don't think we've ever come back from 3-0 before. But we could do with doing that today, or else, well, we look like we're out the title race at that. That was terrible, I agree. Let's be positive, attacking. Let's just go for it here. I don't see any harm. Just play as we normally would, I guess. I don't really see what else we can do. You can't blame it on the fact that we've got a few injuries, because our main guys certainly up front are still there. And this is... Well, the one positive I can say is that it tends to be when we play against Chelsea and we get beaten, because we have been beaten a few times by Chelsea now. When we get beaten against Chelsea, it seems to be a bit of a catalyst. I remember, I think, in our first full season, we got beat something like 5-0 by them here at Stamford Bridge. It might have even been at Goodison. And it kick-started our season. So hopefully, if we do lose today, and I really can't see how we don't, if we do lose today, hopefully it's a sign of us getting better. I don't know, but I'm trying to put a positive spin on this when really there isn't a positive spin to be had at all. We've been outdone here by Chelsea. Look at Man United's goal difference. They're far superior to anybody else in the league. Really are. We've just not looked good at all today. 3-0 down, could be 4 now if Barella puts this one in the back of the net. He does. Been completely outclassed today. But as I've said before, when we've lost matches, You don't become a bad team overnight. We've had some really good results this year, and I think this has been, dare I say, actually the weakest of the 3 seasons so far. In terms of losing against sides we shouldn't be losing against, but we've always struggled against the top sides. But this is just embarrassing, it really is. You don't like being beaten by this much. It's no good for anyone, no good for morale. And things certainly need to get better against Arsenal, or else we are really, really going to struggle to get a top 4 place. Good for from Godfrey up to Vandenberg. And it's going to be offside, isn't it? It's going to be offside. A little bit of positive, a little trinklet of positivity. And would you believe it? It's ruled out for offside. Well, you can smile. Because you're better laughing than crying in these situations. It's going to be full time. We'll shake Frank Lampard's hand. But really, it's one out of a sporting nature rather than anything else. I wanted to come here and get more than this. But in the back of my mind, I thought this might well have happened. But surely not in this style. Well, I think if there is any time for the water bottle, it's this, and the team aren't happy by that. But surely if there's any time for the water bottle, it has to be that. It has to be that time. The only thing I will say is we'll put a lot of work in training this week, see how we get on. And I guess the only thing we can do is go again and hope we get 3 points against the Gooners. Bit of excitement before the Arsenal game, where I hope we don't get pummeled. We've got the Champions League first knockout draw. Now, of course, because we finished second in the group, we are an unseeded side. Some shocks actually went out in the first stage. I'll just cover that. PSG went out in their group. Real Sociedad and Benfica got through. Porto went out. I guess that's a bit of a shock. Inter Milan only just got through ahead of Rangers. Leipzig went out. I guess that's a shock. And Liverpool went as well. That was a real shock. But today, we've got the first knockout round draw. The seeded teams are Monaco, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Barcelona, Juventus, Man United, Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. Fair to say there's not an easy game in there, but, we're in the Champions League. It's one of the best in the world. Let's see who we get. So the unseeded teams get drawn first. So Lille are taking on Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund are taking on Monaco. That probably would have been the best draw. Lazio are taking on Real Sociedad. So we are going to be taking on one of the big guns here. Benfica are taking on Real Madrid. Roma have got Barcelona, so it's either Juventus or Man United. Everton have got Juventus. Inter Milan, Man United. That's a tough match. It is. It's a tough match. How are they doing in the... Yeah, they're walking the Italian league. Of course, no Cristiano Ronaldo anymore. Surprise, surprise. They've got Kai Havertz, Matthias de Ligt. We'll see if we can take the game to them. It's an exciting one. As of last year, there's no expectation for the Champions League. The club are happy that we've got to this first knockout round. Let's see how we get on. I'm excited for it. It's a big challenge against Juventus, but let's see how we get on. And now, well, let's just cover a few things first. It seems we've had a bit of luck. If you look at the Premier League, Man United lost to Southampton. Sheffield United won. Who's the other one? Leeds United, they lost to Brighton. So things have gone our way this weekend, but obviously that now means that we've got to go and beat Arsenal, or at least get a draw, for goodness sake. Get a point out of it. So this weekend, it's the catch-up games for the 4 sides that have only played 16 matches. So that's ourselves, Arsenal, Leeds United and Tottenham. We'll keep an eye on the Leeds result. And what we've done for this match, we've made 2 changes. We've effectively gone with what we've done before, which I know, if you do the same thing over and over again, blah, 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 expecting the same result, insanity, blah, 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 all that. But, this formation has won for us before. I don't worry about the formation. And we put Sakari at the back with Godfrey, only because I'm a bit worried about Pat Meyer playing in big games. And Sakari's experienced, makes sense to put him there. We put Lorenzo in the midfield with Kenneth Taylor. And that's all we've changed. We've made a few instruction changes. I think it's a good point which the assistant made. We actually had a lower defensive line against Chelsea. And I think that probably invited pressure. So that makes sense. We pushed up that line a little bit. We made a few little niggles and changed it. It's time to put an end to this poor run of form. Let's see how we get on. We're 16th in the form table. We need some form and quickly. Arsenal are first in the Premier League form table. So 2 sides with very contrasting form coming to the BMD Stadium today. But A, we've got the home supporters behind us. That should help. B, we've had a team meeting with the guys to say, basically, this isn't good enough. We need to improve. So hopefully a combination of both of those and a little sprinkle of luck will give us a good result here against Arsenal today. Satona on the wing, cuts inside, shoots. Oh, that is unfortunate for Dedi Satona. hits the post. I mean, if it hadn't, it'd beaten the Arsenal keeper, Luis Maxi. Luis Maxi. We'll say Maxi. There we go. That's better. Luis Maxi was well beaten. I'll tell you what, we've had nearly 60% of possession. So the lads have clearly responded to what we've done. And because of that, we're going to go attacking rather than positive. Satona coming down the wing. Tries to cut inside and put it in. I'm not really sure about that. But he is a winger rather than an inside forward. So I don't know why he's cutting inside with the ball as much as he is. But we've really got the measure of Arsenal at the moment. We just need to show something for it. That's what we've been struggling for this year. We've actually been struggling for goals. I really do think so. There's something that's not quite happening. We've got Vandenberg contributing, but some of our other players aren't scoring as much as they should be. Now, Arsenio is a player that's really good for Arsenal. He's scored 12 goals so far in this Premier League season. Looks a bit of a wonder kid, to be brutally honest, but dispossessed easily there by Kenneth Taylor. Lorenzo on the edge of the box. Shoots! What a finish that is from Lorenzo. A player that's not really been playing too well all the year, to be brutally honest, and we have experimented with him going back into this midfield position, and I think with Iwobi playing so well in this centre attacking midfield, it's the only place where he's going to fit in. And if he scores any more like that, a lovely layup from Vandenberg, to pull it to Lorenzo, and an excellent goal, and hopefully this should be the start of a good match against Arsenal. Let's go and get a second, shall we? Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but hopefully, with the possession we've been in the way, we've been dominating this match so far, a second, hopefully we can get. Good ball over the top from Sakari. Doesn't get anywhere, though. Arsenal potentially on the counter-attack. Harvey Elliott, the Liverpool youngster, playing for them now. Kenneth Taylor doing an outstanding job there in defence. Hoofs the ball forward to Robin Vandenberg, who's only denied by the keeper. Kenneth Taylor is a deep-line playmaker. He's doing a fantastic job winning tackles. I think he might be a player potentially to put there a bit more often. Lorenzo on the ball. Please don't be a counter-attack for Arsenal. Lorenzo into the box. Doesn't quite do anything with it, but we're doing well. You know, we're containing these attacks from Arsenal. And I do think potentially that higher defensive line is something that was catching us out. The lower defensive line, I mean, against Chelsea. As I said, a bit of sprinkling of luck. And, you know, we might get a good result here. We're 1-0 up. As you can see, if it ends like this, it's not a disaster. Definitely not. We're 6 points behind United. Definitely in the title race. And if we can beat Man City as well, that bad run of games is over. But let's see. There's still time to go at 1-0. Anything can happen. But Godfrey heads that one clear. Can we start a counter-attack here? Iwobi on the wing gets beaten for pace there by Harvey Elliott. Not sure why he just didn't pass the ball, because there was no way he'd got the pace to make anything out of that. Lovely ball through to Arsenio. It's now 1 each. Ah! Dominating the match, and we're not making it pay. We're not making it pay. 12 shots, 7 on target. It just all seems a bit too tame from us. Really frustrating. I'm going to put Lorenzo in attacking midfield. And we're going to put... I guess Viviani's our best chance to put there. I'm going to put shoot on sight on just to get more shots on the board and maybe more shots on target. I'm going to put Sam Atkinson on as well for Reece Nelson. The way we've dominated Arsenal today with the possession, it doesn't justify coming out of this match with a draw. And really, we really could do with a win. Really could. But, you know, time is running out a bit here. You do worry a little bit. Who do we bring on for Satona? Because Satona's definitely tired here. The trouble is all these players aren't very versatile. I guess Kenneth Taylor's our best bet to put there. And we'll put Henry Lawrence in instead of him. Swap those two around. That looks pretty decent to me. What can we do with 15 minutes to go? Can we get the winner? Can we get the winner? Surely Arsenal won't get it. I mean, look at that. 17 shots, 10 on target. We're certainly going for it here. We are certainly going for it. Play for set pieces. Counter press. Higher movement. You know, I don't think a draw does anything for us here. I really don't. 3 minutes to go. It looks like it is going to be a draw, though. And you have to say, well, oh, God. Oh, God. Corner from Arsenal. How have they won this football match? How have they won this football match? That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. You just can't sanction for stuff like that, can you? You can't. Really can't. And I think that might be over. You know, it's so much that would have meant to us a win. We're now 11 points off Arsenal and now top the table. We're losing too many matches. We are losing too many matches. You know, if you look at last year, we lost 10. We've already lost 6. 2 of those in big style. 3 of those we shouldn't have lost. Villa, especially the Fulham match. Leeds United. Dropped points against Blackburn and Norwich. It's not been good enough. And we now are in really bad form. If you look at the last Premier League matches, let's just put that just to Premier League only. We've lost 3 out of the last 4. If you look at, you know, from Leeds United onwards, this last 6-game run, we've got, what, 4 points from available on 18. That's why we are where we are. And the good run really needs to start now, or else it is all over. You know, if you look at our run now, we've got Man City, then Brighton. We need to really go and beat Brighton. Blackburn in the Cup. But really, Norwich, Southampton, Sheffield United, Watford and Bournemouth. Can't afford to drop any points against those sides. Really can't. We are going to go on a bit of an extended break now, and I think we'll probably come back. I guess we'll probably come back for. Do I come back for the Liverpool match? I don't know. I feel like we play Liverpool too often. We might well just come back for the start of the Champions League. You know, again, if there's any exciting event that comes up, I'll come back. But I think it would do us well if we went on a long run off camera, because we've already had 5 episodes. I like to keep this to 8 or 9. Also allows for a good run at the end of the season as well, but things starting to look very worrying. And from the start of the season, it looked like we could have gone and won the title. It's starting to crash down, and things need to change quickly. If you've enjoyed that, though, make sure to leave a like down below. Leave your comments below as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 21 content. Thank you for your company today, and I'll see you guys. I think this is Thursday's video or Saturday's. Either way, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, the videos come out. Whenever falls next will be when the next video comes out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.